Okay, so your job was to do 3, 4, 7, and 8, right? So let's take a look at number 3. And again, we're probably going to be using a calculator for this. We're going to find the volume of a cube with a side length of 8 5/10 inches. So this is very similar to what you did for number 2. You've got a cube whose sides are all the same because it's a cube. So let's see, we're going to say that for that then, we have our formula. It's going to be length times width times height. And in this case, and there it goes. Okay, in this case, it's going to be 8.5. We're going to call that cubed. That means timesing it to itself, multiplying it to itself 3 times. So that's my shorthand for that. That is a good math abbreviation for what we want to do with this number. So let's wake my phone up here. Oh, it's talking to me already. Okay. And we'll do 8 5/10 and multiply it to itself 3 times. And we get 614 125 thousandths, but I'm just going to go ahead and write that as 614 1300. So I'm going to go ahead and round that up. Oh my gosh, everything's in my way this morning. Whew. Okay. Oops. Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys. Okay. Which equals okay, 614 1300 cubic inches. Okay. Let's take a look at, let's scoot this down, number 4. Okay, so 4 is the same thing. We are going to do 11 times 11 times 11. They certainly didn't make this very complicated, did they? Okay, so our volume here is equal to our length times our width times our height, which in this case is 11 times 11 times 11. Or we could say 11 cubed, and let's see what that is. That is 1,331 cubic feet. Okay. Let's find number 7. Okay, so number 7 has 3 different measurements, but it's still the same thing. We're going to do our volume same way we've always done it. Length times width times height, which in this case is going to be 40, in any order really, you guys, times 20 times 10. Okay, so we can say 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 times 1 is just 8, plus 1, 2, 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3 zeros. Cubic centimeters. Okay, last one. Find the volume of a rectangular prism that is 5 5/10 inches long, 6 inches wide, and 7 inches tall. We got this. Done this a million times now, huh? Length times width times height. So 5 5/10 times 6 times 7. Using our handy dandy calculator. All right, we get 231. Cubic inches. Always has to be in cubic whatever units, okay? So in this case it was inches. That's what we will be measuring it in. All right. Oh, there we go. Pop that up. Okay. So we're going to take a look at the error analysis next. And here it is. All right. Oh, why that turns blue when I put that in there. It must just be the light. Okay. So let's see if we can make this better. No, we cannot. A little bit. Okay. So find the volume. This is a cube, and it's going to be 22 times 22 times 22. One more. So they missed that. So the answer for this one just needs to be modified. We need volume equals 22 times 22 times 22. So that's 22 cubed is what that looks like. So that's 10,600. Oh, and there it goes. There we are, 10,648 cubic inches. All right, let's see what they did here. All right, so the volume here is length times width times height. So 6.5 times 6.5 times 13. Let's see if they got that right. They did the right thing. So let's see. So somehow they ended up with the wrong answer. So I'm not sure what they did to get that, but they should have 549 and 25 hundredths. So this is wrong. And it's not square, it's cubic. All right, let's push this down here. All right, so here we have, again, should be 6 times 6 times 12. And it looks to me like they said, oh, 6 plus 6, and then times 12, because 6 plus 6 would be 12, and then 12 times 12. So that's not obviously going to work. So let's see what we get. It's not the same thing. So 6 times 6 times 12. Eesh, that's bad. Okay, let's try that out. So they should have gotten 432 cubic inches. All right, and let's see if we can find this one here. All right, so this is 12 times 13 times 6, and they added it all together. That's not going to work. They should all be multiplication symbols. So that's obviously not the right answer. Let's see what we get. Oops. We should get 936 cubic feet. All right, let's see what they did on this one. All right, this is saying, okay, their volume, what they're saying here is that this volume is going to be 1 2/10 cubic feet. And yeah, they did not do any of the multiplying at all. So if they wrote it down this way, that would have been better. Still not giving us an answer, but that would have been how to solve it. That's a 3. So 1 2/10 cubed is 1 2/10 times 1 2/10 times 1 2/10. Okay, so let's just do that. Woo. So it should be 1 and 728 thousandths, or 1 and 73 hundredths. There we go. Okay. And then our last one, 2 and 4 tenths times 4 and 2 tenths times 4. So they have that right. Let's see what they did as far as the answer goes. So 2 and 4 tenths times 4 and 2 tenths times 4. Okay, so they have the right numbers. They do not have the decimal point in the right spot. It should be 40 and 32 hundredths. So this one should actually be okay. Alrighty, so that is volume of rectangular prisms. Oh my goodness, and I am going to stop this and we'll do the next lesson.